Abe's a snake, and he uses his friends to keep his job. I use my friends. She just told me she's gonna kill herself, you psychopath.
Oh my god. Do you think that Anisa is just continuously putting the pressure on here? Because despite the fact that I still don't really understand why Olivia is so upset, maybe Anisa feels like she can break Olivia and like pull her over to her side so that they could talk about Vampire's Kiss on their Maximum Damage podcast. #1 podcast in the world, by the way. There might be something to that.
Why are we beefing? Everyone involved is like 30 plus.
You know, I'd say that's a good point, but then that makes me look bad for engaging in it, huh? Alright, you guys voted for this internet versus Anisa and the H3 crew. Guys, we gotta make sure we're nice. Alright? We gotta make sure we're nice because we reacted to the coming clean video and we got taken down for harassment and bullying. I think it had something to do with like the stuff that was shown on the screen of like those kick people. I don't know. They don't really explain it to you, unfortunately. So it's just what it is. But let's do it, baby. I'm curious. I haven't really checked in for like a little bit, so let's watch. We're watching it, guys. Relax. It's okay. It's gonna be a fun watch. Let's go.
A couple weeks ago, Anisa got into a fight with the H3 crew, going back.
Not all my favorite people in the world. What the heck?
And forth on Twitter in a series of now deleted tweets. She primarily went after Olivia, who has been on a mental health break from the podcast.
It's terrible. Dude, you know what's the worst about Olivia? It's not even about Olivia. It's that Alex of Fiction told me that she's way too woke. Isn't that really messed up, dude? I was like, Alex, come on, bro. You're better than this. You're better than that, dude. You're better.
Since a couple weeks ago, leaking DMs between Olivia and herself, where she sets a boundary, calls Ethan abusive, and encourages Olivia to do the right thing for women.
I, of course, always believe everything Anisa and I have to say. I would never harass and bully them, just to be clear.
This led to tons of backlash for releasing private DMs, along with causing AB to react to it because he was live on stream when the tweets dropped, which brought on tons of attention from both the H3 Productions subreddit, along with Leftovers H3.
Could you imagine that AB liked to dress in women's clothing? And they would call him ABCD. That's not a derogatory term, okay, guys? Stop.
Criticizing or praising various ways that he handled the situation.
I think he would look kind of like he could look nice. He might look nice. You know? I mean, I wouldn't say that. Some people have said things along those lines. I would never, and I never have said things or that.
With this, iDubbbz, Ian reviewed the VOD just a few days ago, and in response to some of the criticisms levied by the H3.
I still don't really understand why iDubbbz keeps talking about this stuff, and like at this point, just make a React channel, man. Like, just do it. You know, I'll take it. Listen, let me get React. Like, just make a less meaningful React channel. Honestly, like at the end of the day, iDubbbz would probably make a ton of money, even like regardless of how good his commentary is, because people would like watch it lolcow wise. But I mean, if he did that, maybe he can escape that. We love a good underdog story. You know what I mean? We love a good underdog story. Let's see it, man. Do it.
Crew, Anisa hinted in his chat that she wants to leak everything. Welcome to the internet versus Anisa and the H3 crew. Damn. It starts when Anisa tweets out, "The last thing I will say on anything H3," and this is directed at the audience mostly, not the groypers, but the very confused and parasocially invested white women. The
groypers? I don't know if there's a lot of groypers in H3's audience. I don't know if you know this, but Nick Fuentes, that's the leader of the groypers. He doesn't really like Jewish people, and Ethan is Jewish people, so I don't know if you guys do that.
You have no real concept of what intersectional feminism is.
Ooh, I do. Intersectional feminism basically is the concept of multiple. Well, it's really just about like different types of girls. Like, you know, you got black girls and white girls, and how those different things are going to have like you're going to have a different interaction with being a woman based on those. Like in female spaces, you might face some kind of racism. You know, in a racial space, I mean, this isn't feminism anymore, but intersectionality in general, you might deal with some kind of sexism, you know what I mean? So that's the whole idea of intersectionality.
If you did, you would have left the H3 podcast within the past 3 years.
I don't really know what that has to do with anything. Am I wrong about what intersectionality is? Intersexual feminism is a framework of understanding how social identities like race, gender, class, sexual orientation, and disability intersect to create unique experiences for discrimination. Yeah, I was right. What is she talking about? What does it have to do with intersectional feminism?
You like feminism when it benefits you, when you can feel valid in your hatred for other women or other people to make yourself feel more in control.
What does that have to do with intersectional feminism, though?
Some of you are the most racist, sexist people in the West, and you need to do some serious self-reflection. Sit with the
I still don't understand what this has to do with intersexual feminism.
reality that half of your fan base is now not Nazi groypers who watch a guy who does our reviews.
Okay, okay. So if maybe this her point is that, because she's Lebanese. You know, I don't know. Like I lost a thought. Maybe it has something to do with her being Lebanese. I don't know. And some kind of identity. Maybe she feels like she's being, or like the H3 crew doesn't like Lebanese women or something. I don't know if that's true. But that's the best I could think of. I don't really understand what her fucking point is.
This post is also directed at Ela and Galia, or however you spell it. Ethan talking down to a black woman who was trying to explain the Will Smith situation from another perspective, to the point where he was invalidating what she was seeing online. It should have been your first clue, even before October.
Wait, Ethan Klein disagreeing with... What is that? What is Will Smith's situation to do with anything?
October 7th. He had many moments that should have made you have a more critical eye.
I have no idea. The Will... Of all the examples you're going to use, you're going to bring up the Will Smith situation? What?
We are way past that at this point, and you had many stops to get off. It's no wonder H3 and their subreddit is praising Kino Casino. Two guys who have had their own P accusations I invite you all to look into.
Have their own what? P accusations? Oh, pedophile. Sorry. Okay. I mean, I should have known that's what it would have been. I mean, I guess I don't know if there is actual accusations to look into. I will say that like the way that iDubbbz presented those people in that video was not really very good. It wasn't really a good example of like, oh, these aren't great guys, because he showed some more reasonable moments in there. I think it would have been better if iDubbbz chose better clips, but also, you know, I don't know how aggressive in support Ethan has been for those people, but I haven't looked at their content. All I know is that they were banned on Twitch, I believe, or excuse me, YouTube at one point, but now they're able to post clips again. And that my audience is like, hey, they're kind of right wing and might be a little, you know, maybe don't touch that. So for me, that's enough to that's enough for me to be like, yeah, okay, I'll at least stay away from that. Let me stay away from them. You probably don't want to praise them or shout them out, but I will say that iDubbbz probably was the biggest shouter outer. That was silly words of those guys because of the way he made them seem reasonable. It was very strange.
Punishable Grimace replies, spoilers. This will, in fact, not be the last thing she'll say about H3. White Fatigue replies, as a black woman, don't speak for me, you raggedy bitch.
Okay, that was a little intense.
Reaper Capital says, maybe just stick to posting nudes and otherwise shut the fuck up. Chili Corpse replies,
well, I mean, not for nothing. As much as you might hate Anisa for some of the things that she says, her content strategy is kind of solid. It is to just say whatever she wants on the internet, even if it's really rude and mean, and then what's going to happen? It's just going to drum up people's attention for her OF content. Like, that's the thing across history. We've seen people do OnlyFans lie constantly for attention because it usually draws more people in. Okay.
Applies to the tweet that Anisa made earlier the same day with a caption with peace and love, where Anisa said, you can be a victim of childhood abuse/trauma and still be an asshole as an adult.
I guess that's true. What is she talking about?
They aren't mutually exclusive.
Oh, she's talking about the woman who, like, the coach's wife who was she was trafficked. What am I like a loss for words? She was a child bride, I believe. That's what it was. And Anisa and iDubbbz snubbed her when she asked for help advocating.
Infantilizing women and victimizing them to protect them from accountability isn't feminism. Anisa replies, what, are you trying to prove to me that you're stupid? Because it's working. And Chili says, you do not care about anyone but yourself. You will flip on your morals in back-to-back tweets. Lenny Lee replies to Anisa's original tweet by saying, using feminism as a clutch to defend yourself is pretty ironic. You're one of the most performative people online. You may receive unwanted criticism, but you also receive a lot of valid criticism as well. Israel. To group all of it together is a weak defense. By the way, I'm a Hispanic gay males.
Okay. What does that do with anything?
And Anisa replies, okay, what do you want, a cookie? This doesn't involve you. And Lenny says, no baked goods from you, please. I saw that pie you once made. Ash replies to Anisa's original post by saying, not liking you doesn't make people anti-feminist, Anisa. And Magic City replies, no, but liking H3 does. You need some reading comprehension skills. Slum Garden replies,
I wish Ethan would talk less about iDubbbz sometimes and talk about other stuff that might be more different. You know what I mean? I mean the iDubbbz stuff. I mean we're doing it right now. EHD. What? This is EHI now. Although I haven't talked about Hassan in a while. It's been kind of like I don't know. Sometimes it gets like a little too terminal. You know what I mean? Like I want to offer something a little different. It's fun to check in every once in a while. You know, but I don't know, dude. Got to be better things to talk about. I feel like it gets like a little stale. And then it like also kind of just draws one type of audience. It gets like a little strange, you know, like a little too much, you know. Like I know that obviously Ethan is very successful, so he has plenty of things he could talk about, you know.
replies to Anisa's post by saying, true intersectional feminism is when you say free Palestine and then post softcore corn for the website that donates billions to Israel. Epic.
That's funny, dude. Some of these Twitter people are so funny.
Nicholas Durio screenshots this tweet from Anisa Johma and says, this is the second worst thing to happen on that day. This was posted on September 11th, by the way. And Shinji Pilled replies, you like feminism when it benefits you, says the feminist who couldn't even be bothered to make a tweet that would aid someone she knew in their fight against child marriage.
Yeah. Well, again, and I will say though, I have to say this, is that came after, was it Mike, the coach? He asked them to co-sign, whatever was it? It was basically a co-sign on a loan, which is, in my opinion, pretty over the line to ask. Hey, can you? What was it? It wasn't a co-signer exactly, but it was basically like I promise to pay if you can't. That's a pretty big fucking commitment to ask from somebody. So I kind of, you know, it's still fucked up that they didn't, help advocate for that thing. But I will say, if somebody asked me to be a co-guarantor or whatever on their loan, I probably wouldn't answer them anymore, regardless of what it was about, to be honest with you. You know, especially if it's just like my coach and it wasn't something more important like a family member.
Mora then posts these tweets on the HRHU production subreddit with the caption, Anisa currently having a crash out on Twitter, and just sent a screenshot of a DM to Olivia with the tweet that we just read, along with this tweet, which is now deleted. Unfortunately, this is the only full archive that I could find, but she says, does anyone want to see the last message I sent to Olivia?
Not really. It seems like kind of intrusive to do something like that.
She's claiming
seems like something that would make the creators not trust, associating themselves with it.
I'm this horrible witch who blocked her. I didn't. Someone poked the bear a little too hard. Then she attaches this clip.
And before, Anisa, before you call me a misogynist, you were your husband, because I'm guessing that's the next play in the Cry Bully playbook. Don't forget that I defended you from.
Dude, you guys see how AB is becoming a little snarky? Hey, we love it. We love it, guys.
All the unjust misogyny that you've gone throughout the years. And don't pretend to be a fucking feminist when you've had fucking Lena and Olivia fucking terrified of what you're gonna fucking do. The last time Olivia said something that you interpreted as her talking bad about you, you fucking blocked her immediately and then went on this whole fucking rant about how she should do better. Imagine it fucking getting any evil vibes from Olivia.
Yeah, I don't personally. Alex said he gets very woke vibes from her, though, which is very strange. Seems like a nice person.
But no, Olivia comes to our apartment, basically has a fucking panic attack because of Anisa and her bullshit.
I really don't understand why you'd have a fucking panic attack, though. That part doesn't make sense to me. Like, what's the panic about? What information could she possibly drop that would make you be like, oh my god, what the fuck's going on? You know, what the hell is that?
And again, I'm not saying that Olivia said anything about Ethan and Ela or anything, but she's just she's already thrown in the middle of this shit.
Is that what it is? That she might have said something about Ethan and Ela, and so she's having a panic attack. She might lose her job. Is that what it is? Because
she does care about Palestine. She has spoken up about Palestine, and she's afraid that if she doesn't appease Anisa, that Anisa might label her an enemy. Then the whole
who the fuck is it? Who cares about Anisa?
the harassment that she's going to get is going to be even enlarged for no fucking reason.
Whoa.
So why did I say
you can't overstate that, because she's intentionally embedded herself with these people like Denims and Frogan and Millhouse and Hassan, and they all kind of follow If there's like a directive.
What's so funny is like Hassan's strategy from the start has been to not really be super personal in the drama. So if you're really community attached and community understanding, like, you know, you would be like, yeah, I understand that Hassan will basically have like other of his underlings talk shit about Ethan. And then when Ethan gets frustrated with Hassan, he goes, I'm not even talking about you, dude. You're obsessed. But for the most part, the people who are like not in the very inner circle, which is most people, they just think Ethan like talking about, you know, all these people all the time is like kind of, it comes off as a little like too focused, I'd say. You know, and I don't say that to be dismissive. I just think that it's something that should be acknowledged. You know, if you're super in the community aspect of it, you get it. But if you're not, you don't get it. And I feel like that's something worth considering.
Where it's like, oh, AB or Olivia is not pro-Palestine, let's say. And so if that becomes the narrative that Anisa wants to spread to all these larger platforms, it will happen.
Yeah, and it
has happened.
That's why this pissed me off. Bad Empanada, all these fucking losers, who cares? Who cares? They gave legitimacy. And I mean, I'm guessing that's a lot of what you fucking felt too, is by them saying it, it's like, that was the real, you're co-signing all this. You're co-signing all this. You're like, and you're, for whatever relevance.
Who are you talking to?
Huh?
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking about Ian and Anisa. When them saying this shit is different than fucking Bad Empanada saying this.
Oh yeah,
like
way much.
Yeah.
Over on Leftovers H3, Difficult to Chicken also posts the same clip with the caption AB explaining why Olivia is afraid of Anisa. And Evening Classroom replies, they infantilize Olivia so much, Jesus. Imagine Gut says, made of crystal. And MC Fan Emma says, she's 26 years old. Like, I was her age 2 years ago. First time realizing how young the H3 cast is, to be honest. But being so
what is that supposed to mean? Are they trying to say something without saying something?
Infantilized when a 26-year-old can hold a career, get married, buy a house, have kids, etc. Yikes.
I really still don't understand what it is that like has her so worked up.
It's such white woman tears rhetoric, for real. Anisa then quote tweets that original post she made with the clip of AB, with a screenshot leaking DMs between herself and Olivia, and the remote viewing posted on the H3H3 production subreddit with the caption, Anisa is a piece of shit. And the tweet is her saying, here's the horrible message AB is referring to.
Okay.
Where she messages Olivia saying, hey Olivia, I know things have gotten really messy, but I'm too old to allow a man to bully women in the
I'm too old.
way Ethan is. The only thing I care about after everything I've gone through in life is protecting women, including myself and you. I know you're in an abusive, toxic situation and I love and care about you as a person, but I have to set a boundary for both of our sake. I hope one day you can see that it's out of real care and love. I will be honest that when I saw you chiming in, it did hurt me, and it is what really pushed me to set this boundary for myself. I hope you can understand and hope you put yourself and women everywhere first. You're a smart girl. You just have to believe in yourself.
I just feel like at that point I would just ignore this person forever, no? Like, oh, this person's being like ridiculous. I'm going to ignore them from now on.
Care for now and I will be here if things change. Olivia then replies, but it's censored by Anisa. And then Anisa says, I really appreciate the apology. I'm doing okay. I hope you're well too.
Is this really what it's all over? This is kind of stupid. What?
And back over to the subreddit, OP continues their post saying, she's posting text now. She is a vile person for attacking the crew, blackmailing and falsely accusing men in her online crash out. And Concrete Burger replies, I hate the weaponized therapy speak. Worst type of person. And OP replies, the manipulation is actually crazy. And Big Guthic says, maybe the crew should consider restraining orders. And the Ninja replies, not a terrible idea, honestly. This text message has insane levels of cruelty and manipulation baked into it. Katie.
I mean, kinda, yeah. It's like really low level manipulation. I feel like if you fall for it, you're a silly goose.
Taylor says, I hope you put yourself and women everywhere first. What an insanely manipulative thing to say. She is literally writing fan fiction about Ethan being this evil boss, and then telling Olivia that by staying at her job, she's setting women everywhere back.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're at a point now where we should understand that if somebody unironically thinks that Ethan Klein is like an evil devil, they're probably way too terminally online to really be talking about anything. You know, the whole thing is so silly. You know, when you're really locked into the community stuff, it seems so big, but it's just so stupid. It's so dumb. He's just a fucking dude with a podcast that like sometimes speaks insensitively. And, probably could worry about optics a little more. He's not an evil person.
Anisa doesn't know how to actually contend with the facts of the situation, so she jumps to sexism and racism. And Small Goals McGee replies, supporting women everywhere means trying to make other women as bitter and jobless as she, Anisa, is. What an activist. An Important Basis replies, hey, she has a job. She works for the #1 donor of APAC. Over on Leftovers H3, HZ fan also...
I believe I believe the owner of it gives a lot of money to Israel, right?
Post these same messages with the caption, Anisa shares the final DM she sent to Olivia, and Chloe et al. Replies, sorry, but this just proves to me that everyone on the H3 cast / crew has the maturity of 16-year-olds. Anisa sent the most respectful, boundary-setting message I think I have ever read, and AB...
Whoa, from random user 2584,
/ Olivia are acting like she was harassing them, blackmailing them. Fucking Christ. These people do not live in real life, seriously. Charm Wonder replies to Chloe by saying, are brain lesions contagious, or are the E. coli and Giardia and the dog poop that covers the studio
Jesus Christ, what the fuck?
permeating their blood-brain barrier? I've never seen such massive group psychosis. And Tugger,
I will say, if that's what it's all about, I struggle to understand why... they're so worked up, why Olivia's so worked up over that. I mean, it's a shitty message. The way that she said it was shitty, but it doesn't seem that distressing to hear. It doesn't really seem like a big deal to take a mental health break over. Maybe there's more I don't understand, but is that literally it?
Tugger replies,
I mean, I guess that with the mounting social pressures, I suppose, is what it is. I guess that makes sense, but it just seems so silly. So
you can get brain lesions from a lot of things, like herpes. OP then replies with this screenshot and the caption bonus reply, where Nixon says, wow, how could you? And Anisa replies, I'm a horrible bitch who blocked her, I guess. And then a follow-up post with the caption another one, where Anisa says, I'm so tired of being used as a scapegoat because people already know the internet doesn't like me. Don't make my situation even worse so you look better. I will defend myself. I'm over it. AB also reacted to this live, and Save and Protect All Cats posted a clip of AB's live reaction on the Leftovers H3 subreddit with the caption, AB throws a temper tantrum over Anisa's respectful DM to a...
This is a respectful DM. This is crazy.
Olivia.
Yeah. Do you want me to show you the last thing I sent Olivia? Yep. Yeah, go ahead. Give Olivia another fucking panic attack. She's not dealing with enough. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Let's see. When did she tweet this? Miss, I'm done talking about it. Let's see.
What's funny though is I don't really understand where all the panic is coming from for Olivia. To me it seems a little overly sensitive, but at the same time, Anisa has had these overly sensitive meltdowns before, so I feel like she should be empathetic to whatever's going on,
This is 18 seconds ago she tweeted it. Okay, I'll tell you exactly what happened. She's probably in here, guys, right now. This is fucking killing her inside. It's literally eating her inside to see this. I've never encountered someone like this, and I feel fucking stupid for defending her so fucking hard for all these years. I'm not gonna say too much. I'm gonna save it for the show, because everyone deserves to hear. But my God,
Saving it for the show, baby. Saving it for the show.
What a vile fucking lady. She doesn't give a fuck. She doesn't give a
lady. That's silly.
Fuck that. Miss Mental Health doesn't care that Olivia's taking a mental health break. She's sharing her last message to Olivia.
Olivia for sure says something she's scared is going to come out just because she'll get hate from Anisa. Yeah, maybe. I mean, that makes sense. Seems like everybody's very toxic, in these areas. So I get it.
Where she's being nice. I don't think, Anisa, you know how power dynamics work. Why do you think she reached out to you in the first place? Do you know how many fucking what she went through to send you that previous text before that? Do you know how fucking afraid she was? You know how many people she consulted? How many people she talked to?
Why?
No one's gonna fucking believe you. No one's gonna fucking share whatever the fuck you want. No one's gonna fucking care.
I don't understand why that original message was something that was so scary for her. I don't understand. I don't know. There's so much energy put into some of this stuff. It seems so strange to me. I mean, again, Anisa's very sensitive as well, so she should kind of get it, but I don't. That's the thing, is I don't understand I don't really understand where all this energy is coming from.
My God.
Oh, this is a scary guy.
Then I Hardly Know Her also posts in the H3 Production subreddit Ethan's reply to Anisa leaking the messages with the caption, leave Olivia alone. And Ethan says, thanks for confirming that you were pressuring crew members to quit. This message is so passive aggressive. It's incredible that you think this makes you look good. And please keep Olivia's name out of it. She's taking a break to avoid attempting attention like this. If you cared, you wouldn't use her like a pawn in your
I think AB and maybe other people on the crew may have known about the content cop before it came out. Maybe they did.
quest to upset me. You go, girl. Real feminism at play. And Maleficent Dirt replies, Ian, I wouldn't release private messages like your boss would. Anisa releases private messages. And VK Henderson replies, Ian, I wouldn't release private messages like your boss would. Ian's boss releases private messages. Real Cameron says, as a straight white male, I could never imagine myself saying something like, you're a smart girl to a fucking educated adult woman. If that ain't the pot calling the kettle internally misogynized. And Yazette replies,
what? I don't understand. What? Yeah,
she's like,
this entire drama makes me want to take down It's ridiculous.
Like a dog barking at its own reflection. And Apple Park 5 replies,
hey, you know what? Maybe it's handsome. You guys ever stand in the mirror and like just kind of admire yourself? If you don't do that, dude, you need a mental health day.
Oh, well spoken.
Help yourself
Articulate,
out.
Even. HZ fan then posted this tweet that Anisa is now deleted on the Leftovers H3 subreddit with the caption, Anisa deletes the tweet of her DM to Olivia at AB's request, where she says, was informed by the person who put me in a position to defend myself that I should remove messages for the sake of others who were used as a pawn for their shitty lies so they could keep their job, so I ask you to leave her alone. AB is a snake and he uses his friends as pawns to keep his job.
Damn. You think Olivia will fall for that energy? Dude, could you imagine? I feel like, okay, maybe this is a crazy conspiracy theory, but do you think that Anisa is just continuously putting the pressure on here? Because despite the fact that I still don't really understand why Olivia is so upset, Alex the Fiction says it's because she's too woke. I personally think that she's a wonderful person. But maybe Anisa feels like she can break Olivia and like pull her over to her side so that they could talk about Vampire's Kiss on their Maximum Damage podcast, #1 podcast in the world, by the way. There might be something to that. There might be something there.
I Love My Dog Boomy then posted this clip with the caption, after AB returns after calling Olivia, he reads Anisa's tweet live and weaponizes Olivia's mental health against her.
Big if true. Big if true.
He then storms off the screen for the 4th time, attaching this clip.
Hearing Olivia cry like that fucking breaks my heart.
Damn. That is so sad.
She tweeted again, you're fucking with me.
Damn, who would have thought? Oop.
Was informed by the person who put me in a position to defend myself that I should remove messages for the sake of others who were used as a pawn for their shitty lies so they could keep their job. So I ask you, leave her alone. AB's a snake, and he uses his friends to keep his job. I use my friends. She just told me she's gonna fucking kill herself, you fucking psychopath.
Oh my god. Relax. Jesus Lord.
Oh, I can't fucking stand her, dude.
Over what? What's going on right now? I don't understand what's happening.
This stream was really wild. It started with him having some weird thing about this.
That was wild, man. Jesus Christ.
Snarkers.
Alex, I can't believe you still call her too woke after that. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
Are determined to break down me and Lena. I'm just supporting my family, yo. And the chat was mad gassing him up, Lamau. Yeah, stand on business, king. I low-key think
stand on business, king.
They were trolling him. Someone else.
I feel like this is like legitimate, I guess, I don't know. Maybe it's legitimate advice in some capacity here. But something to keep in mind, I don't know, man. It's like be careful about how much of your trauma you dump online. Because I feel like it could unfortunately come back to bite you, in your ass a little bit. Maybe in the future, maybe something as small as just feeling, a little embarrassed by what you admitted or something along those lines. I just feel like it's a good idea to try to be a little careful about it.
Else told him he's lolcow status right now. Anyway, so he goes on to weaponize Olivia's mental health. Talks about how much he just loves her.
I don't think he weaponized it. I do think that in that moment, that was probably a moment that AB maybe should have been more stoic. Only because that was more of like Olivia's thing to tell or not tell. I don't think he did anything wrong by that, but that probably, I just don't think that was like a smart way to go. I'm sure that like out of frustration, he felt like he needed to say that, or he just said that out of frustration and anger. But again, like that's like her thing to tell or to not tell or to do whatever she would want to do with it. So I feel like, I don't know, dude. Should have been a little more careful about that. That's just me personally.
like family and wants to
I think he deleted the VOD. Yeah, that makes sense. He probably made a mistake and didn't really,
protect her, all that BS. Shaking like a leaf, especially after he read that first tweet. Then he left. Lena covered for him. Damn, this is just so crazy. Dragon Ball fan account also posted.
He said something like, I spoke on something that wasn't my place. Yeah, well, that's the thing, though. And that's totally fair and valid. I feel like it's one of those things where maybe, I don't know. I wonder if, like, it makes me think, or I wonder if, like, these, I wonder if maybe all the shit that's going on right now maybe is making Ethan think, oh shit, maybe I should try to turn down the temperature a little bit, if not for the mental health of my own people. Because now you have like Olivia, or you have like, AB like getting super worked up and like saying things that he shouldn't be saying. So I wonder if maybe this would be a good indication of like, hey, maybe it's a good idea to turn it down a little bit. Turn down the piss, you know? You know what I mean? Maybe it's a good idea to turn some of it down just a little bit at this point.
This and now deleted a B tweet on the H3 Productions subreddit with the caption AB defends Olivia from Anisa, where he said, "Holy fuck, leave Olivia alone, you fucking psycho. She left her job for her mental health and you won't lay off," at Anisa the Greasy. Nobody gives a fuck what the messages say. Why the fuck do you think she felt the need to even reach out to you? Do you think she wanted to be your friend? She was afraid of you. And OP captions this by saying, Anisa is evil. Carefree Manatee replies, I really hope Olivia has her phone muted. Taking a leave of absence for mental health is no joke, and it's sick that they're choosing now to do whatever the fuck this is. I just hope Olivia surrounds herself with people who love her. I hope she knows that the online cesspool is not reflective of the love for her that's out there. Mental health needs to be taken seriously, no matter what. And Yoga Dork replies, I'm glad she has AB to shield her while she steps away. I can see for sure why she needs a break between Anisa.
Well, I heard that when she comes back, the goal for her is to not like be on the podcast anymore. They just do behind the scenes work. Is that true?
Ian and Rattentire, an aggressive expert.
Yeah, being afraid of Anisa sounds kind of wild. I mean, I kind of agree with that. Seems a little silly to me, but what do I know? You know?
Ethan was right. It's good and it's catching on. Drifting Along says, love AB for this. I hope he realizes that that message doesn't make Anisa look good. Any sane person can see the manipulation and abusive language all over that one message. And Good is Worth Fighting replies, it's a literal emotional blackmail. I'm cutting you out of my life and accusing you of being a bad advocate for women and won't change my mind unless you do the obviously right thing, which is quit your job. Red Lights also posts various pictures of Olivia on the H3 Production subreddit with the title, Olivia, you are one of the brightest stars in the H3 universe. We love
You're one of the brightest stars in the whole universe.
Love you, girly. Without you, AB, and Lena, well, the show would never be the same. It's easy to say fuck all the haters, but just know you are loved and appreciated. Take all the time you need. And Honeydew Careful replies,
Alex, are you in the chat? What's your thought on Olivia? Just curious. I want to read it out for everybody so you can set the record straight.
Olivia, if you're reading this, do not feel pressured to come back. We don't love you because you're a crew member on the show. We love you because you're you. If you decide not to come back, we'll still support you.
You know what I think about Olivia from the H3 podcast? You don't know my hot take about Olivia? She seems like the kind of person that carries around poopery. You know what that is? The stuff that makes it smell better when you go poop. She seems like the type to have that, you know?
We won't take it out on you or be mad at you. I put love in quotations because I know I've never met you and likely never will. Just coming from one girl to another, we're here for you and we always will be. Take as long as you need. And oh hi, Denny replies, this is so beautifully written. I couldn't agree more. So Ephemeral Moon replies to the original post by saying, I don't even care if this sounds parasocial, but AB's stream has me in tears. Hearing how bad someone like Olivia is,
I can't believe you'd be laughing at that. That's terrible.
Hurting, it truly breaks my heart. I hope she's okay and knows how many people absolutely adore her. And Honeydew Careful replies, does anyone know if we can watch it now that it's over? I don't use Twitch, so I don't know if live streams are saved afterwards. If AB deleted it, I don't want to invade their privacy, but I'm curious to hear what they said. And Leonenberger says it's up on his YouTube channel already. Then Cute Insect said,
oh, he has it on his YouTube channel?
Does it get
dude,
deleted?
Poopery is goated, dude. You don't want to go poop in your pants.
I don't see it on his page. And Usual Circle replies, yes. He said he got heated and spoke on something that wasn't his place to speak on, attaching a timestamp section to a new stream where this is what AB had to say.
Why don't you save? I do for members on YouTube. I save my VODs, but the last one I got heated and I spoke on something that wasn't my place to speak on. So
true, King.
Yeah.
Girl with a Microphone also posts on the H3H3 production subreddit this clip with the caption, "There has never been a clearer contrast between Ethan and Idubbbz/Anisa than what happened with Olivia last night."
You guys are entitled to live a private life. And I understand because I've gossiped about or talked about other people in my life. And
Certainly gossiped.
when you're like in private with somebody else, I find myself looking back, tend to speak in exaggerated terms, and we're just fucking venting, right?
You gotta vent.
So it's like none of my business.
Yeah, like from Among Us. I hear that.
So honestly, whatever venting you do about me in your private life.
We've seen the juxtaposition.
Just so you guys know, though, okay, I never vent about my best friend, Caleb Hammer. That is my best friend, okay? Never happens. All my other friends, absolutely, but not my best friend, Caleb Hammer. And by the way, Caleb is the one who says that we're best friends. I was like, Caleb, are you sure we're like really good friends? He's like, no, we're literal the best friends. We're number one friends. We're more friendly than that guy that I forgot the name of. That Caleb, that he was afraid that Caleb would hit him with a bat. What, Noah? Is his name Noah? We're better friends than that guy. Because apparently they were literal best friends for the longest time. They started the show, they were like best friends, and that's according to Noah, of course. I don't know if you guys knew that. So
The position between how Ethan handles things when he finds out that maybe Olivia vented about him.
Like
versus
Among Us?
what Anisa does. Ethan says, that's your private life. It's none of my business.
Well, I think it's because Ethan knows he's a little bit, because I get it. Sometimes I'm a little, I would understand why people are frustrated with me. I make some inappropriate jokes and shit, so I would get it. It's called self-awareness, I don't bother to change, but I do understand. Okay? No, obviously I make meaningful steps. I don't think, Anisa seems like the kind of person that's more, not really super interested. I think that the like, this is just who I am. Like, rhetoric has kind of gotten to some people a little too much. You can still try to be a better person. You know what I mean?
I don't care. Anisa threatens you, blocks you.
Am I seriously asking your thoughts on Olivia? You must have been. No, I was asking your real thoughts. I was like, what's your thoughts on Olivia? What do you mean? That was like, I said that like 5 minutes ago. What the fuck?
Withdraws her affection and treats you like a piece of shit to punish you. That's abusive behavior. That's narcissistic.
Maybe.
Abusive behavior.
I don't know, man. I don't know if maybe, I don't know. I feel like sometimes we get so overloaded. I think Denise is just kind of a mean person. To be absolutely honest with you, if you were asking me, I feel like it's one of those situations where the only thing keeping Ian and Anisa going is H3 Podcast. And while it is fun to meme around and goof and gaff about it, realistically speaking, this has really worked up a lot of the people on the crew. Olivia to the point where she's like super distressed. AB to the point where he's saying things that he's apologizing for because he's, basically expressing other people's, we'll say trauma on accident. I mean, I feel like everything turns to like move on from them for now. Talk about it maybe every once in a while when something relevant happens, but like just move on. I mean, it's the alpha play. Ethan's podcast doesn't need to talk about Ian and Anisa. There's other things to talk about. There's tons of things that I'm sure that they could figure out to talk about. So like moving on, I feel like just allows them to acquire an even larger audience, a broader audience. And it just kind of gives Ian and Anisa nothing to do or talk about. It just kind of puts them in a situation where they get fucked. And then I imagine that the mental health of some of the other people on the show might improve dramatically, creating a nice little work environment. But what the fuck do I know? I don't know what a podcast is. So Alex Fiction said, I love Olivia. She's witty, entertaining, brings a lot of joy and levity to the show. The vibes are always better when she's around. And she's too woke. Well, I agree with most of those things, Alex Fiction, except for the last part. Olivia's a queen. Okay.
Then she follows up her post by saying, like, it's not even close. To double down on someone you know is in crisis because they didn't defend you enough versus giving people the right to express themselves. We love you, Olivia. And Fearless Lover
We love you,
replies,
girl.
He's been nothing but consistent about that too. In the past, when Adam tried alluding to things Olivia said to him, Ethan said she has a right to vent about her boss. And OP replies, and that's
venting.
integrity, baby. And
That's
Rosie
integrity,
BB says,
baby.
hell yeah, brother. And Caramel Rotten Apple
I'm
says,
venting.
and what a slimy fucking shit Adam is to try to use that to hurt Ethan.
Oh, Adam McIntyre? right?
And to hell with how Olivia's hurt in the process. Anisa then makes a statement with replies disabled where she says, "Last night I was feeling hurt and wanted to defend myself. I acted very impulsively. I thought it would be acceptable to show my words in a private message, but forgot to really sit with how others would react/retaliate.
Wow, I'm surprised she's actually apologizing for this.
It had a more negative impact than I had expected. I should have sat with my feelings more, and to be honest, got off Twitter. Everyone has monsters screenshots this and post it on the H3 Production subreddit with the caption, "That's not an apology to Olivia," and winks in Spanish replies, "It had more of a negative impact than expected."
I'm surprised that Anisa even apologized for that. I feel like a little shocking.
She doesn't have emotional intelligence, does she? And old Algie replies, "Definitely not. It's never about how she makes other people feel. Only the perceptions of others that is most important to her. She will never stop doing this type of stuff because she does not seem capable of self-reflection. Even though she touts therapy speak as though she has learned so much, but actions are proof of growth, and her actions are the antithesis of that. You can only know someone as deep as they know themselves. She is mentally in the shallow end of the pool." Yeet also tweets out that Ethan Klein drops a meme in response to Anisa apologizing for leaking her DM with Olivia, and it's Ethan showing the tweet with this meme of The Rock saying,
"Shut up, bitch!"
Whoa, that's The Rock. Dude, The Rock sucks now. Do you guys know that? I don't know. He just kind of stinks. I'm just not really as interested in him as I used to be. Not as fun as he used to be, I guess.
HZ fan also posts the tweet on the Leftovers H3 subreddits with the caption, "New tweet from Anisa," and God Emperor replies, "Ethan is going to milk this like crazy and stop stalking me."
Probably, yeah.
Matt says he reposted it on IG already, and Platinum Sarge replies, "How does this MF have a life outside of trolling on social media?" And Fatty Bombalati says, "I don't think he does, for real." Frost Ice replies to OP by saying, "You always lose against narcissists and demons like Ethan and the crew when you have a conscience."
Like Ethan and the crew. That's fucking wild.
"They will always spin things against you, and when you lose your cool, they play victim."
Hey, Ethan, why you be spinning things?
Anisa's done nothing wrong. She had to defend herself. And OP says, "Exactly. It's almost impossible to win against someone who will never admit they're wrong." And Murky Pizza replies, "More and more people are/will."
I mean, I've seen Ethan admit he's wrong. I don't think he's like that kind of person. He's just fucking petty.
We'll start to see how horrible they are. I don't think that's a win, but at least more people wake up. Mallory the Rapper also posts this clip on the Leftovers H3
His name is Malware the Rapper. Oh, no, never mind. Sorry.
subreddit. AB speaks on Olivia. Ethan and Hila shift blame while agreeing Olivia should lay low, then proceed to spend the next 20 minutes dissecting.
I feel like Olivia laying low gives power to like whatever insane nonsense is happening right now. Like lay low for what, you know?
Anisa's message to Olivia. Attaching this clip.
I give this set up before or after?
I mean, yeah, you can set it up.
Okay, well.
Yeah, you should set it up because she's addressing what you said.
Anisa, I'm going to defend you for the last time. She felt she needed to share this because the snarkers had or her, whatever, she believed that I was implying that I was lying and using Olivia and saying that Anisa was essentially like, leave your job or else. No, it was not that fucking clear. It was not like you were being we know your way of talking. So she wanted to share this message and she abided by not sharing any private DMs by blurring what Olivia said. And she shared this message to show that she was really nice to Olivia, even though it confirmed everything I fucking said. Like, why do you think Olivia reached out to you in this moment anyways? She slipped and said one little thing on the show and she was freaking out that wasn't be enough to trigger you. And I was wrong. I said you blocked her. I'm sorry. You unfollowed her. I'm sorry if it's a little skewed. I don't know exactly how things played out, but you scared her with
defamation.
Yeah, and she reached out to try to keep the peace, and then you sent her this very condescending message back.
You know, it's kind of crazy. I don't know, man. I feel like right now, based on everything that's going on, and this is just like what I've seen, and I don't, just to be clear, I'm not a big Hassan fan, but it seems like optically he's coming out of this like kind of in the positive view-wise. He hasn't really been talking about Ethan or anything. He's been like kind of capitalizing off this Charlie Kirk thing, which I think is gross, but like everybody's doing it on the right and left, so it's like whatever. And he's getting opportunities to like talk, and I feel like we're still all bogged down a little bit, or Ethan is bogged down a little bit with us too, in like this whole conversation about fucking iDubbbz and Anisa and Denims and Frogan and this and that and the other thing. And I'm not saying I'm any better, I'm just saying like it seems I feel like an optical win would be the best win, no?
Oh, yeah. So she realized Anisa had unfollowed her, and then she sent her a message, like trying to be cool. That's very sweet.
Yes,
that's way more sweet than Anisa deserves. But that's Olivia. She's a peacemaker. She's a lover. Right. She's a peacemaker, and it's, you know, she feeds on positive energy.
And
exactly.
This really, you know, this upset Olivia. Olivia said I had permission to talk about her beforehand, before this whole thing went down, and I regret I shouldn't have done that just because she's on break. I should not have, you know, sincerely, I was trying to do the best thing for all of us, but I think I could have just said what I needed to say, not include her. But anyways,
but Anisa
he got a little heated. Yeah.
is the one that.
I know, but
And by the way, this is after Ian made this grand gesture when he texted you in a panic when he realized you were going to start talking, and he goes, "I would never share private messages. You know that I'm not going to stoop that low." Anisa's like, "I'll fucking will."
and to Ian's credit, yesterday when this came out and I knew Olivia was upset, I called him. And him and Anisa agreed to delete the tweets. So to their credit, I want to say that. And he said, also, I just want to say, he felt like it wasn't fair for us to bring up Olivia and then him not being able to defend himself. I don't think this is really much defense, but I understand where he's coming from. So
I don't. So
we're talking about this. But
It kind of sounds like Anisa gets him. Sounds like Anisa gets iDubbbz into trouble every every so often.
we don't want to bring Olivia
You
up
were the
anymore.
one that started
Listen.
this all.
I
iDubbbz,
understand.
first of all, in his original video that started everything in Content Cop, I believe, he criticized Ethan for having toxic workplace for the crew, and that Ethan should stop being so crazy because
Everyone needs to quit.
he's harming the crew and not taking care of them. And fast forward to now, and look what they're doing. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Also, in his latest video, he finished it by saying "fuck you" to the crew. Like, what the fuck is going on in your
Yeah,
brain?
because I wanted to be fair.
Literally.
They brought her up when they said "fuck everyone on the crew." Suck it, dude.
Yeah, I just want to be fair,
And
say what they said,
personally,
and
I
just say
didn't-
moving forward, we just want Olivia to do her thing. And she's good, she's okay, she's fine, yeah.
They then follow up the post by saying, please pay attention to Hila sarcastically saying Ethan has a toxic workplace that is harming the crew. Like, it's insane. They don't.
Well, I don't think Ethan has a toxic workplace. I think that some of the topics they talk about can add toxicity to everybody's brains. But like Ethan doesn't have a toxic workplace environment. From my understanding, he's like paying Olivia on this mental health break, which I would say is not. It's kind of the opposite of toxic. So I don't think that there's a toxic work environment, but I think that there's just the topics that they talk about sometimes get very toxic, and obviously Anisa and Ian are part of that.
Believe that's a true statement. And Honey and Cinnamon replies, I'm sorry. He just said that Anisa unfollowed Olivia and didn't block her. And that scared Olivia? This situation is so strange and blown out of proportion. And Calm Phone replies, I hate to sound mean, but if being unfollowed by someone scared Olivia so much she had a panic attack, that's a sign of a deeper issue and isn't Anisa's fault.
I just got owned.
Clearly something in her life is causing her some kind of deep stress that makes her feel like someone setting a boundary is the end of the world. I just truly don't understand why the message Anisa sent would scare Olivia. Anisa then also tweets out, my ability to get men to scream about me for hours on end needs to be studied. And replies are disabled. This is the only reply from Christina, who says, I think this was the plot of Monsters Inc. No, that's the interactions between Anisa and AB, but rewinding before this whole thing happened, she also went after Zach by saying, Zach from the H3 podcast just called me a, quote, Jew-hating a bitch, end quote, for saying my brain blocks him out. I don't hate you because you're Jewish. I hate you because you single-handedly ruined Dad Rock for me in front of a much undeserved starter pack audience at the H3 live show. I'm sorry this one was really mean, but I don't like men who dress like Zach being able to call women bitches. It should be illegal. He then also tweets out a clip of them reacting to this, including Zach, with the caption, the H3 crew react to Anisa calling them out. AB also shares the nickname he gave her.
I'm in mode, every once in a while.
But like I said, attack me for a lot of things.
You feel like Zach is feeling a little left out on the fun, which actually might make sense. I feel like that's probably is what's happening, because I don't know if Anisa and Ian necessarily talk about Zach as much as they talk about AB and Olivia. Maybe it's because they like them, but also maybe it's because they've identified them as like not weak, but like more susceptible to I guess, mean words. More controllable, maybe some people would say. I don't know if I would, but there's a possibility there.
Don't attack my guitar playing, because I know I've worked hard at that. So just...
You're going to have to defeat her like fucking Scott Pilgrim.
Right, yeah. Guitar Hero 3 ending, dude.
By the way, Anisa, list one skill you have.
Okay. Sorry, that's actually really fucking funny. That's not nice though, dude. What the fuck?
Ruining
Like
It's just so mean. That's funny.
Say publicly what I've been calling her, Anisa the Destroyer. She's like
Right.
fucking Galactus. She just destroys everything she touches.
True.
That's a really hard question.
we all know. No, but unironically, Anisa, name one skill that you have.
Watching the H3 show daily and never missing an episode.
I mean,
That's
You
a
got
skill.
that on lockdown.
skill even though. That's just
The dedication.
Yeah.
True.
That's just not even a skill, dude. It's, watching H3 is like drinking water. Am I right, fellas?
For the game.
Something you've put time into getting better at. And by the way, once again, you might say cooking. I know you just picked that up, but I also see that every time you feed Ian, he literally retches.
Now, just a couple days ago,
Jesus Christ,
Ian did end up going live reacting to this episode, and here is a couple clips from the reaction. First, this is a clip of Ian reacting to Zach apologizing to Anisa for calling her a bitch.
Yeah, we're not gonna get that from.
Look
from
how
fucking
mature.
I shouldn't have said that. I apologize for calling you bitch. However, I still think you're a horrible person, and you are a vicious anti-Semite. So please.
That is crazy to say.
Crazy.
That is crazy.
Why?
Then this next clip is Anisa responding to Zach, talking about the guitar and responding to Zach's anti-Semite comments.
Okay, Anisa's here to say something. She
can't
can't shut up. Say it.
No. Well, I'm just gonna say you can't call me a vicious anti-Semite and then be like, "Oh, come on, don't go after my music."
I know, right?
I feel like, what is the point of what these two are doing? Like, what do they? He just reacts to stuff sometimes and then doesn't post it on a channel. It's like, I swear, a successful content strategy like could bite Ian and Anisa on the mouth and they still wouldn't know what to do with it. Like, dude, what are you guys doing? Like, why? Like, what are they? I don't understand what's the content strategy here? Go on Twitch, say some stuff, and then just never post it anywhere. Never bring attention to anything. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. This whole thing is so dumb. Like, did they make a live channel yet? Have they done any of that stuff? Like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
Then this next part is Ian reacting to AB, calling Anisa the Destroyer.
List one skill you have.
Ruining.
Is he gonna say a sexisms?
I can say publicly what I've been calling her, Anisa the Destroyer. She's like fucking Galactus.
Whoa.
She just destroys everything she touches.
Anisa reacted to this in the live chat after this was said, and Pseudo Dark Knight screenshotted the reaction and captioned it, Anisa wants the DMs released. And it's a screenshot of Anisa saying, okay, release the DMs, Ian. Kapapa. NOP says, didn't take much for her to push this. She sent it right after AB called her Anisa the Destroyer on Idork's Twitch today. Mischievous Marissa replies, Anisa says how unfazed she is, yet she's constantly being set off by such little things. And Strawberry Saturn replies, she's the happiest she's ever been. And Cinnamons replies, anyone who blackmails like she does is the opposite of unfazed. This power tripping is getting pathetic. And then finally, there's another clip that we got from Ian's stream where he talks about developing empathy at 32.
Why are we beefing? Everyone involved is like 30 plus. People 30 plus can beef.
So true, King.
There's some like fucking serious accusations getting flung across the aisle. You got like plus.
He talks about developing empathy at 32.
Why are we beefing? Everyone involved is like 30 plus.
You know, I'd say that's a good point, but then that makes me look bad for engaging in it, huh? That's so true.
People 30 plus can beef. There's some like fucking serious accusations.
Dude, that's the least terminally online thing I've ever seen like anybody say to them. I feel like it's kind of true. I mean, this stuff is a lot of fun to slop around in, but it is like super immature.
Getting flung across the aisle. You gotta beef. You know, it's not like once you eat. Hey, take it from the guy who acquired empathy at 32.
God.
It's never too late to beef, nor is it ever too late to get empathy.
Okay.
Nicholas Diorio then watched this live on stream and reacted to it when he tweeted out with the caption, Nick Diorio offers advice to iDubbbz about how he utilizes his acquired empathy at 32 line.
Hey, take it from the guy who acquired empathy at 32.
Oh, dude, you can't own that. You can't own that. Give me a fucking break, man. Actually, take it from the guy who developed empathy at 32. You're not winning people over. Fuck off, bro.
Hey, take it from the guy who acquired empathy at 32.
Take it from the guy. That guy's not even giving it to us. Never mind. Sorry.
Ooh.
Sorry. That was my one joke for the night. That was the one of the night.
And Shrapnel.
That's a terrible joke, Nick. I can't believe you said that. That's very bullying of you.
Stars replies, iDubbbz never learned empathy. Otherwise,
I don't know, man. I really just feel like he just has to constantly tell everybody about this supposed empathy that he learned. It's kind of, it makes you wonder if he's ever actually developed anything.
As he wouldn't be in the position he's in now. He learned the transactional, self-serving benefits of progressivism at 32. Empathy requires you to be kind to people who can't do anything for you in return. And Paper Thin says, empathy is learned at the age of 4 for most people, but he wants to brag about 32. Lol. Shout out to our tier 3 members, internet representatives at Kiko, Salsao, Dakota's Bandito, and Captain Crash Out. I think
whoa,
so much for this.
Where's 19 kilometers, dude? Where the fuck did he go? Damn, dude, he's not subbed to me. He's not subbed to fucking Internet Versus. That's terrible stuff. But it was a good video.